All right, welcome to the Inspiring Possibilities podcast. And today I have, I'm not going to say a guest. I'm just going to say a pretty interesting conversation. I have Mallorie in the house.
Hi, everybody. It's Julian's wife, Mallorie, here.
All right, so the reason I have Mallorie on is because I was telling her the topic that I was going to go live on today. And I know that she has a very specific view of it. Why? Because I've been that guy. I've been that guy that had at some point felt like I wasn't getting support, from her in some of the money decision on investment that I wanted to do. And she was that gal that felt that she wasn't getting support on the other side, which was on the vacation side of it, the thing that she wanted to do. And we both at some time in some moments felt like we had to ask for permission to do something. She's moving her hand, so I'm just trying to go and see. All right, so we're back. Mallorie had to press pause just to confirm that this was going to be a real, raw conversation with possibilities of disagreeing with me, which I told her, that is totally 100% fine if you disagree with me. I don't want you to agree with me. So I just want you to say your part. Because there's other women that have husbands just like you that are probably going to listen. And they're probably going to agree with you. So, are you okay with having a real conversation?
That was my question to you. So if you are, then proceed.
I am.
Okay,
so in a conversation of my wife, I feel like my wife doesn't support me. You had said that, first of all, what is your view on it? My wife doesn't support me. When a husband says, I want to do this thing, and my wife just doesn't support me.
Well, my view on that is that there is no context to that statement. So I feel like I need a lot more backstory and context to understand the situation, to know if that is just a feeling the husband is having that is not justified, or if that wife is really, really, truly not supporting something that maybe should be supported.
Okay, so let's just say he's looking to invest in coaching, or he's looking to invest in a rental property, an investment, like something that's going to bring money back. Okay? But for the sake of this conversation, let's say he's looking for coaching. He's looking to invest in a coach. And his wife is just like, why? No. No, we're not going to spend that much money on the coach.
Well, this is a hard one for me because I was the yes queen in our relationship. I pretty much just said yes to everything. So, because I'm adventurous and I like adventure and I like change and I like new things. So for me, it's usually always a yes. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. But I will say, though, when I think about this and somebody else's relationship, I think the things that would be important for the wife to hear would be, one, a very vulnerable conversation that's honest, that feels very genuine, and that the heart is being spoken and not somebody's brain being spoken, that their heart is actually speaking about why this is something that they should do. And they need to also, I feel like, 100% believe in it. Be fully confident that this is the right direction and the right thing to do as a family.
Okay, shaking your boots when you bring it to the queen. If you're shaking your boots, she's going to be like, you are not even confident. So here are the 4 things she said. She said the first one is you have to share your heart. Like, not your thoughts, but your heart. The second one is you have to share your why. Why this? And then the third one is you have to share your belief why this is the right thing. Like, why this is the right vehicle. Why this is the right timing to go in that direction. Like, why? Why him? Why this? Why now? Then show that you're confident in it.
You have to have the energy of confidence.
Yeah, that
Because
vibration
if you're
of
talking
confidence.
about spending what could be a chunk of money for a family, why would I say yes to something that you're not exuding confidence in?
Right, so have certainty behind like the direction that you're going. Not saying like, I hope this is going to be the one. I hope this is going to be the thing. Because then you, the wife, feels like, well, I don't want to take a gamble. Right? And finally, the last one was be vulnerable and genuine.
Yes, and I mean, I think that when somebody's speaking from their heart, naturally it will be vulnerable and genuine. So these are kind of the same thing. And that's what I mean by not speaking from your head. Because when you speak from your head, you may be inflating feelings that you have about the thing you want to invest in. You also may be manipulating. And maybe you don't even know you're manipulating because you just want it so bad. It could also be coming from a place of desire versus a place of really being confident and called to that direction as well.
So whenever we have this conversation about heart and being vulnerable, I feel like inside of those two worlds, there's the place of confidence. Because if somebody is vulnerable and is sharing his heart, there is a place where there's this tiny little seed of like, I'm not 100% like, I don't 100% know that this is the right direction. I'm 99 or 98% sure this is the right direction. But by me being vulnerable and sharing my heart, I might open up and say, hey, like, I feel this is a direction. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like this is 90-some% chances to go very well.
Yeah, I mean, I think by being vulnerable and sharing from the heart, you're making a connection in that moment that is bringing you closer together so that the wife in the situation can hear more clearly what you're feeling and saying.
Tell me more.
I got tongue-tied, so that's why I stopped. And you say, tell me more. I
thought there was more.
I'm saying that when you speak from the heart and you pull your walls down and you create vulnerability, right there, now a connection is being made to your wife where you're being brought a little bit closer. Even if you are usually vulnerable, in that moment, it may take you from... if you had a visual of it, let's say you're sitting 4 feet apart. If you drop your walls down and bring in your vulnerability and coming from a heart space, hey, I really want to share this with you. Hey, it's really important to me. I've been thinking about it a lot. I just really want to discuss it with you. That right there takes you from 4 feet away to 2 feet away. And the closer you are, the more present you are to what is being said and what is not being said, but that you can feel from the other person. And then you can believe it more and receive it better for what it actually truly is. And then if it is coming from that real true place that, hey, I really feel like this is the right step for me, then a wife should be supportive if she loves you, right? Now, if you have other issues within the relationship where, somebody's narcissistic or somebody's, had a lot of backstory on their end where they were maybe, you know what I mean? Like there's other issues in the relationship, then you may have there may be different conversations or it may be not received in the same way.
Got it. So let's assume the husband gets the support and he moves. Okay. So he goes, he invests the 5,000, the 10,000, the 15,000, whatever that number is, that whatever the level is can feel big for a family, right? And now he is in a place of, he is moving in that direction. Talk to me about accountability from the spouse. Should accountability be there or should accountability not be there? Meaning, you as the spouse looking at it maybe like, okay, you're not doing all the stuff that you say you're going to do. Do you keep the husband accountable by just like nudging him? Hey, you're not doing the work right now. Or do you just stay in the back, just looking and saying nothing?
My brain is going a million miles a minute here with this question.
But where is your heart going?
I don't know. I'd have to drop in.
Just drop in.
Just take a moment to take a deep breath and close my eyes and think. I mean, I feel like when you truly love somebody, you're going to, and they shared their heart and it was genuine and they really felt like it was the right way, you're going to support and say yes, whether the result is there or not is not necessarily the issue.
Right.
So when it comes to like accountability, I mean, I feel like if something is bothering you as a spouse or you're noticing a pattern, there's nothing wrong with coming with the right energy.
Right. Speaking
from the heart to get that connection with each other and sharing what you're observing and what you're feeling. That's feedback. Everybody should want feedback.
Talk to me about speaking from the heart. Because I think I think for you understand what that means. For others, it doesn't quite connect. Like, what do you mean by speaking from the heart? If I'm not speaking from my head.
It's what you truly feel, not what you've processed and thought.
Say that one more time.
It's what you're truly feeling and not what you're processing and thinking. And what we truly feel creates emotion, which a lot of people say feelings are emotions, but emotions are a byproduct of feelings. And in your head is the logical analyzation that happens. Is that a word? Analyzation? Analyzing?
English is my second language. I'm probably not
okay.
Analysis.
Your head has gone through a computer processor. Your head is a computer. That is what your head is. You are not your brain. Your brain is a processor so that your body and your heart can all talk. Right?
Mallorie has the best metaphors.
Your brain is a processor. It's a computer. So you're putting your feelings through the computer to process, and your computer is going to process based on your childhood, your environment, your past, all of the different things. It's going to process through every experience you had. If you've had trauma, it's going to take it through the trauma as well, and then it's going to put out an output. So when you speak from your head, you have stories attached, and the stories may not be the actual issue.
Because it went through like the filter.
They're going to be filtered by your entire life, like, and what got you to where you are and why you function the way you function. So speaking from the heart is just tapping really into how you feel about something. So for example, if we as a family decide, husband came to wife, he shared his heart, he says, I want to invest X amount of money into X, and then the wife says, okay, let's do it, I hear your heart, I believe this is real, I want to support you, move forward. And then while he's in the process, let's say he's supposed to have a call or something like twice a week, and she notices he's missing one of the calls every single week. And like her brain could process a bunch of different stories as to why he's missing the call once a week. None of that matters. It's how do you feel, right? Does it make you feel like angry or sad? Does it make you feel frustrated that y'all spent the money and he didn't? Like, what is your, body? Does your body feel like a heaviness to it, a weight? Right? That brings out the emotion of anger because of that. So then you would sit down and you would express the feeling like, hey, I want to have a talk. Hey, here's what's on my heart lately. We invested in this program. I've been feeling really heavy and anxious around it because I've noticed you've been missing one of the calls each week. It costs us a lot of money. So are we really getting our money's worth? And maybe you know, you could also then ask questions as to why we're missing the call, right? And try to understand what's going on so that you can continue to be supportive, or lay the firm hand if that's what you feel really needs to be done. But it's better to do what you feel than to do nothing and then to harbor that feeling inside, because feelings that don't get dealt with turn into resentment.
Beautiful. And I oftentimes share that the transformation happens in the decision, not the outcome. So the decision from the spouse to support, so the wife to support the husband, that decision, there's a transformation happening in her as well as a transformation happening in him, feeling supported. Like I shared before, like me coming into Mallorie and sharing this thing of, spending $21,000, investing $21,000, that's been like the most money that we had spent at that time, was huge. But instead of that decision of her saying, all right, and me going to her and not trying to hide or just, finagle my way to like hiding the money that she's not going to know. Inside of that place, there was a transformation.
You hit your threshold.
Right.
Anything above 10,000, I just don't. I don't think I can
hide. Inside of that decision, there's a transformation happens in both. Right. But again, it's being able to know that this is the right direction, the belief that you have that this is the right person, this is the right direction, that the timing is right, having the confidence that you're going to move in that direction, is where transformation happens. Do you have anything else to add before we close out?
I feel like it's something to be said that if you have doubts, it's not fair to come in and act confident.
Yeah, that's the place of like being vulnerable and speaking from your heart.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? But it's very rare in any situation that you're going to be like 100% confident in a direction. Because most of the time when you're 100% confident in a direction, it's like it's already too late. Like it's already passed. You're going to be at the 90 plus. I feel like a lot of
times men will do that. They'll put on this over compensated confidence to mask the doubt that they have. And like you said, it really is just speaking from the heart. It's better just to say up front the doubt you have. But I still feel like it's the right direction. But what I was saying is, if you don't feel confident it is the right direction, but you have a strong desire to do something, because desire and something you're supposed to do that you feel called to do are very different things.
Right.
Desire is selfish. Being called and feeling this is an alignment for me and this is the right path for me is not selfish. That's taking a step of faith and confidence. But if you have doubt that it's not the right path, it's desire, that's where I'm saying don't mask that with confidence.
Beautiful. All right. That's a wrap. It's Julian and tonight Mallorie signing off. Say remember to release it, be seen, don't hide.